Hi, Muchismo Eugene. Welcome to another video from Extra Strategy. This is part 2 of the video I just most recently did, titled "The Conscious Collective are no different than the Israelites of the Bible." I was talking before my video cut off, and I got to dump some stuff. I am not technically savvy on this stuff. I should be after all of these years of messing with it, but my daughter does that type of stuff. But we shall continue. I was talking about some of the things that have been legalized in our society, regarding conscious collective. People have not understood that a lot of things that are legal and permissible, a lot of times they're just allowed so they can in turn cause us to destroy ourselves. And this is not every single human being, obviously. But look at our world as we see some certain things. I'll just take alcohol, for example. Alcohol is legal. It's legally, you can legally sell it with a license. It's illegal to sell it without a license. So it has been governed pretty much. But there, however, are people selling it illegally, and they're doing very well at it. They're called bootleggers. And there are also different other entities that are distributing and selling different things that are legal. But at the same time, it's only permissible if you're licensed. And that's much of how a lot of things in our society works. If you have a license, meaning the powers that be, if you've asked and solicited to the right people to obtain the appropriate documents, you can go about business as usual. And that's pretty much how the mob works. You pay me a certain amount, you give me a cut, and I'll allow you to do business. And so, just depending on what kind of mob you are. If you're an organized mob that the conscious collective allows, then fine. But if you are an organized mob that is not giving cuts to specific type people, then you're going to be criminalized because of it. And that's much how a lot of the things that have been allowed and legalized have been criminalized. Because guess what? The powers that be, they are already not just gambling. They have not so much just gambled on. They have did an assessment based on cause and effect. If I allow this to go on, and if I allow this and I regulate it, meaning if I can keep tabs and monitor how this is being not only distributed, I will also monitor the people who are consuming these products. And there will be a drag net. And not only will they pay us for these goods and these services, we will double dip and hold them accountable if they go off the rails or if they go out of bounds. Because even the powers of darkness has boundaries set up for the minions that serve them. They keep a tagline on you, almost like a leash. People are so worried about getting the mark. Most of us have already been marked. You may not have consciously realized it, but you've all taken a mark of some sort. Not knowing something and doing it. I don't believe God holds you so much at fault as he does when you knowingly do something. And there's a level of grace there. So, bigger point. Before the video got cut off, I was only saying this. The conscious collective goes along to get along. They could see corruption. They could know something is not right. Something is not well with something that's going on. And they can be a part of it. And then when they realize it, the risk and the responsibility and obligation to tell the truth or to keep that thing a secret far outweighs the benefits of just being truthful, honest, moral, and having integrity. Because you don't get a big fan club when you do the right thing in this society. They'll give you a few hand claps, but you'll be crucified. But God blesses the people who walk alone, that are not truly alone, that have their hand in God's hand. You know, it's been said that being alone for months and years at a time is better than being with a narcissist one day. So being alone, you're not totally alone, because when you're alone with self and you're okay with self, that's one of the best places to be, because you know you. You know you inside and out. You trust you. You can confide in you. You can sit with you. And by the grace of God, He causes you to be at peace with yourself. In that order, of course. God has to have a hand in it. He's the only one who can hold you in these turbulent times, being that you're walking in such an isolated, secluded, seemingly alone way. Because you are the spectator in the arena of many performers. You're the only one in the audience, as opposed to the conscious collective being the audience, looking at one performer. But the conscious collective, they're all performing. They're just taking turns. A lot of times trying to outdo one another, not realizing even why they're even trying to outdo each other. And this is not to be cruel, egotistical, dogmatic, any of that. It's just coming to a conclusion of what is. What is. Nothing more, nothing less. This is coming to a conclusion that the band-aids are off, the gloves are off. There's nothing else to try to hide what is just right before your eyes. But just because it's right before our eyes doesn't mean we want to see it. And to see something and to pretend you don't see it, that is delusion at its very best. I just hope this video captures much of what I've been trying to unpack for you guys, in the sense of we've all played the fool. And now that you know, that is just half the battle won. Now you have to hold on to this rope in these turbulent times of life, just to sustain yourself in a way that is harmonious to you and the world around you, the people who come in your life that have meaning just like you do. Being able to pick and choose what you will and won't do, the circles that you will or won't partake in, and the time that you spend by yourself. Be able to just choose it when it's not convenient. Choose it before you're left with a situation where you have no choice. Choose it when you have options. Choose it while you have that free will that's been given to every human being. And just choose wisely. That being said, bless.